All right, guys, welcome. Kards Korner episode 11. Believe it or not, 11 straight weeks of Kards Korner so far.
Killing it. Now into the holidays. Here we go.
How's the week been for you guys, huh?
I'm still full.
Haven't seen much of you guys in the last few days.
No, little crippling. The last couple days have been.
Yeah, we'll touch on that a little bit later, but yeah, Devin had a little bit of a. I don't know if I can. How would you classify that?
If you say
extracurricular injury,
yeah, we can't say. We have to keep it on the down low. Inslee might be watching.
Oh, injury by stupidity.
I did not play in a turkey bowl.
Nope, didn't happen. I don't care if you have footage, photographs, video.
You can play with a mask on.
We can. Oh, did you do that by the way?
I did not.
Oh, you did. Oh shit, you really violated.
Don't worry, don't worry. The Raiders don't either.
The L&I is gonna nab you. All right, so as we go on with every show, we were going to talk about some product that released last week, and we're going to look forward to some product releasing this week. We're going to do a fun little jersey rip on top of a hockey rip for our preview rips today. And then we got some juicy topics to get into.
Up to the minute info.
I did. I got a message
in a bottle
when we were going live with the show, some updated info. So I got feelers out everywhere. All right. Product recap. You guys probably didn't see this part, but the TriStar Hidden Treasures baseball. Sick stuff. So this is our first go around with TriStar Hidden Treasures, their baseball edition. It is one mystery autographed baseball with a potential for a redemption for a Jackie Robinson autographed baseball.
Oh, that's sweet.
I didn't quite know what to expect. You're thinking there's going to be $5 autographs in every box, right?
Yeah.
You'll get an occasional good one. I think the first one we opened up, it was like a Tom Glavine Hall of Fame inscribed ball. I'm like, oh, snap.
Chicks love the long ball.
Yeah, we got to keep... so within the rips, I think we opened up 7 or 8 because I needed to fill my ball inventory. No pun intended. Larry Walker was probably the best ball.
Those are some good ones.
Dwight Gooden.
Oh, you got a Dwight?
Sheesh.
Got a Dwight.
Those are not no $5 autographs.
Yeah, so I mean the balls have been really great. We have 4 remaining. There's if you come into Turf and Dirt, they're a certain. I'm not gonna say the price, but if you come into Turf and Dirt,
they are dollars and cents.
They are dollars and cents. We have 4 available. They're pretty cool. And a lot of them are authenticated TriStar, but you do get some that are JSA, Beckett, and or PSA DNA authentic. So Devin is looking at the box right now. And there is some mystery hidden treasure certificates for a Jackie Robinson baseball to be redeemed, which would be killer to get. So.
Uncover autographed baseball hand-signed by Hall of Famers and Diamond favorites, including current stars, young talent, award winners, and more.
Yeah, so I mean, we had and this was kind of in your area of expertise, but the 1950s Phillies Whiz Kid. Yeah, I mean,
Whiz Kid.
Huh?
Sign it. He put Whiz Kid.
He put in Phillies Whiz Kid 1950. We had another ball and I can't remember the name of the guy right now. If I get up and look, it's right there. But they had been holding on to the ball for like 16 years. He passed away.
Oh man!
And so this has been like a vault ball, and they brought it out for which, you know me, I'm a good baseball history guy, so I was happy to get that kind of stuff. So, all right, so TriStar Hidden Treasure baseball, Topps Chrome Black baseball, brand new product this year. It released. It's one encased auto. It's a pack with 3 other cards.
It's an interesting layout. 4
cards total. The funny part is you open the box up, you get the encased. There's a foam pad, and then there's a pack. So, yeah. Anyway,
you eat your dessert first, and then
pretty much, yeah. So
the
encased coming out of it. I mean, I've seen Miguel Cabrera. I've seen Carlton Fisk.
Not terrible.
Yeah. kind of autos, but
Yeah.
the base cards coming out of it are great. The gold refractors are cool because they have a spotted background and the spotted part is gold, and it's actually pretty sharp. We've had the luxury of pulling a couple of number to 50 gold refractors out of that. So,
Nice.
But I have a Carlton Fisk in the case now. I like that. I like that part. The Miggy, the minute I posted it last night, it took 5 minutes and it sold.
Oh yeah.
So Miggy's,
That's a HOFer.
yeah, he is on the rise. So then we had 2 releases for Cyber Monday. We had, which is considered kind of lukewarm with most people, is Rookies and Stars. Devin even weighed in a little bit on that.
Yeah, last week the retail soured me, so I didn't really show any interest in hobby when it came out, but it looks like, according to what came out of your shop, I probably missed out.
Oh my God.
There might have been a decent card pulled in shop.
1 or 2. So we are only given 3 boxes on release day. It is a super low printed run. Last year it was if you are a breaker, you were the only ones to get this. It was a breaker only release. So we had to actually provide proof that we have breaking videos in order to get last year's product.
SP.
Yeah. I don't know was that required this year? Do we know?
I don't know if it was required or not, or if we're just in the system.
Okay, so we might have just been in the system, but we had 3 on release day. So with 3, I did a preview rip for the shop, offered up the other 2, and I couldn't believe what came out of the box I did a preview rip on. So I've always liked Rookies and Stars because there's a lot of numbered cards that come out of it. You get 2 autos, 2 mems.
That's a pretty good breakdown for having
60
packs. Total cards.
It's not too bad. So the first card in the preview rip was a Ticketmaster's Gold number 1 of 10, Saquon Barkley. I mean, he is out injured, but
still,
I mean, it's easily a $30, $40 card, right? 1 of 10. eBay 1 of 47.
Yeah.
And then in it was a print plate auto.
Oh, shoot.
Damon Arnett.
Okay, rookie.
From the Raiders. It was a print plate autograph, and it was the magenta plate, which was cool. And then I see Airborne turned over, and then I look, and it says Patrick Mahomes, and I'm thinking, oh, please be autographed, please be autographed, please be autographed. Even though I know most of the cards turned over are autographed, I was still saying this, and I believe it even came out loud. And I flip it over, and lo and behold, it was an Airborne Patrick Mahomes number 2 of 3 autograph.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, so I have pulled, this is my 3rd Patrick Mahomes autograph that I have pulled, but this is the first one I've ever pulled for shop inventory.
I mean, and to be a 2 of 3.
And a 2 of 3 is incredible. So I'm sure with the magic of TV, Stacy will put a picture up on the video to show what this looks like, but
I'm curious to look up what that actual
I was super excited to get it.
Is.
So 2 of 3 Patrick Mahomes auto. So, but anyway, everybody on the Instagram channel, once they saw that, boom, I'm all about the Rookies and Stars. So we started going pack by pack by pack, and lo and behold, for the one customer that really got deep into it, pulled a Justin Herbert auto to 25, came out of the other 2 boxes. So that's pretty dope.
What are the odds of a shop, say if the Mahomes is to 3, of pulling all 3? I mean, can that ever happen?
That would
I mean, that would be...
That's
something you can add price
so,
to.
I mean, that's crazy.
Selling the 1, 2, and 3.
Crazy, yeah.
So here's
that's insane.
The inside on the Mahomes.
I've never heard of a shop doing that.
Or a break or anybody.
Like anybody, yeah. I mean, I've never heard that ever happening.
Even 2 of 3?
Not really. I don't think so.
So there's 26 cards in that Airborne Signatures checklist. Mm-hmm. So each player has their own out of how many.
And they're different for each
player. So Mahomes is there's only 3 of them. Tom Brady has 3. Deshaun Watson 10. There's Russell Wilson 5. Kyler's out of 5. There's Daniel Jones out of 10.
There you go.
You got Wentz.
Are you excited about that?
Any rich incognitos?
Here's the rookie. So yeah, Herbert out of 25. Burrow would be out of 10. Tua would be out of 10.
Now, doesn't it strike you
Love
though?
out of 10.
Herbert is out of 25.
Yeah,
but yet Love's Burrow
and Tua
are out of 10. When right now, I mean,
Herbert's
obviously Herbert is
running away.
Right. I mean, Burrow's hurt. Okay, Tua's got benched for
injured
performance issues. Herbert's been playing his ass off. I mean, nobody doubts his ability.
Well, the Chargers seem to be losing by 3 points or more.
Right. I mean,
or less. I mean,
and then the Crusades is the same thing. There's 27 different players. Each Mahomes would be out of 3. Same thing with Tua and Burrows.
So as you can imagine, as a shop, getting a Mahomes auto numbered to 3, where you pull it from an initial release box, you didn't have to pay big money from a dude bringing it through the door, right? Yeah. Was pretty exciting. I think I squealed very high-pitched like during the video. If you want to go to Turf and Dirt's Instagram account, I think in the title I put Mahomes cited. You'll be able to see the video and laugh at my
squeal like a pig.
My squeal like a pig performance.
You got, like, Dress for Success has a laundry tag 1 of 1
for Mahomes.
For any of the 41 in that checklist.
So I am still waiting on a Dress for Success jersey patch or jersey auto
from last year
of Noah Fant. Ouch, right? And I'm waiting on a Rookies and Stars longevity purple auto from, you guessed it, Jarrett Stidham.
Oh.
Ouch. Why am I waiting on that stuff? Panini, let's go.
Yeah, those players should be very easy to get a hold of.
Yeah, they have plenty of time
or those players take an extra year to send them.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, did Panini repost your posts?
The Patrick Mahomes?
Did you throw a fit about it?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
I have been. I've been looking for it.
You should throw a fit. You should put a big old
Yeah, I've been looking. I was like, oh man, that's a hot card to hit. It has to be coming on Panini's.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Panini 2 of 3,
and especially an initial release. So
and they're like in Bellingham. Do they even have running water and electricity? Right? Like, are they still by horse-drawn carriage?
Are they allowed to be selling cards?
Right.
Get all Karen on them.
Yeah.
All right, so that is it. We had Rookies and Stars and then Prism No Huddle. Okay, so
it is what it is.
Prism is opening up a Pandora's box of like supreme happiness and utter pissed off
sour
people.
Patches.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Are you all right? Are you sure?
Even some of the loyal people, I feel like, are dissing it
a little bit.
And it is what were you expecting? It's that chrome based design. It, like you said, it is centered. I thought the one I liked a lot was that black and white.
The variation.
That
nice.
J.K. Dobbins that you pulled out. I mean, I like that. I thought the cards were pretty sweet. So just after the glimpse of what you saw.
My first, when I'm dealing with a new, especially chrome product is, what is the condition coming out first pack, right?
The surface.
I saw, pristine conditions. I was impressed with that. And then next, my immediate is, how centered is it?
Yeah.
How off-printed is it?
And with Prism, it's easy to tell because it has that border.
Correct.
So.
Everything looked good. So I'm like going, I've seen worse years for just the same amount of money. And I'm like, I'm good. Like, okay, no surface issues first pack. Everything's centered. We get through the box. Everything looks good. Everything's there. And then the cascade of, Panini sucks, too expensive, all those things. I don't understand. I'm kind of confused a little bit, right?
But like you said, it's those people who, maybe they did buy and they didn't hit what they were looking for, or the people who can't afford it. It's, that's why sometimes I hate to watch Panini's feeds on Instagram or anything, because you get a little sour. You see what other people are pulling and you're like, oh, I want to do that too. Like, some other topics we'll have later on people thinking, every time you open a pack, it's going to be the big hit.
So one of the things that you'll hear me preach inside of Turf and Dirt, right, is especially new collectors, right? This is a piece of advice that I give everybody. And I give it to somebody that is seasoned or brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what is in front of you, not what isn't.
Yep.
We seem to spend more time worried about what we didn't get than focusing on what we did get, right? And I think that is becoming an epidemic across cards is as a grind it out, this, right? Because you are the epitome of grind it out. It's all about what you get, not what you didn't get.
And it's timing. Sometimes it's patience. I mean, I've trickled some cards here over the last couple of days. It's not, for me, what I have in my inventory is, stale. It's been sitting there, but every once in a while you get that person who's randomly late at night scrolling for, said player. And
so let me ask you, how do you freshen up a stale listing? Do you have a set way of doing it? Or?
I just let it sit there, and if it sells on its own, I'll bottom dollar at what I feel like is the lowest amount I want to post it for, and I'm just keep it there. And
see, and I have the same philosophy. Like I don't do other than maybe we're running a special on eBay as well as our website, and it's a cutesy little promotion like matching the Seahawks win. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, there isn't a lot of thought to it. It's keep it there, grind it out.
If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, I'll give it to a little kid who will appreciate it.
So anyway, I mean but I'm seeing it like it happened with Mosaic, right? And I was really paying attention to it. It was a lot of haters, a lot of people pissed. It's now going to happen with Prism because Prism is going to be $900 a hobby, $11,000,
and you'll never see it in retail because it will be gone before they even put it on the show.
$75 a pack. Now the person that buys 10 of those 12 packs will be disappointed because you're not going to get $75 out of it. There's going to be one person to get a Silver Herbert, and one person's going to get like a Jerry Jeudy auto. And they'll be happy, right? So two of those, if each person's buying a pack, 2 of the 12 are going to dig it, and the rest are going to...
Unless it's a James Morgan auto.
Correct. And then you're going to lay down in traffic. So,
Keyshawn Vaughn.
So anyway, it'll be interesting to see. It releases Friday. The hobby releases Friday. The No Huddle did Monday.
It seems all backwards right now.
It does. And retail came out before hobby, and that doesn't happen. There's only one other release that's happened with. And guess what release it was? Producer?
Mosaic basketball.
Mosaic.
Yeah, it's just
retail came out before hobby, and guess what? Hobby fell flat as a result. You couldn't move hobby because people were soured on the retail right away.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, like I said, it puts a sour taste in your mouth for sure buying retail first.
So there's an unwritten kind of thing in the hobby shop business where hobby gets to come out first, gets about a 2-week head start. That's kind of the here's a favor we're giving to you shops, and then retail will come out.
And I think that's fair game. I don't see... all you really get out of retail is just base. I mean, you're just sitting on base. And the amount of money you're going to spend is going to be large sums to get that hit card.
So I had a guy in today that never been in the shop before, and he bought some packs of Topps Chrome, but he's been a guy, I mean, he's a card guy, but never been in Turf and Dirt, right? Lives locally. So you know what he's chasing, right? It's all about retail.
Yeah.
And he stood there and said, what is up with retail? I don't get it. He goes, at first it was affordable. But after repeated buys, I'm not getting anything of value. No. What is up with that?
Unless you're, chasing those base rookie cards to just, send off to PSA or whatever to get graded. Right? Yeah, set. I feel like sets you can nickel and dime here and there, but going the retail route. It's tough. It's definitely, you could start off a set that way, but I wouldn't want to try to finish a set through retail.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't have a good answer for him. It was, retail is retail. I mean, hobby is more expensive, but at the end of the day, that's where you're going to get your value.
Yeah.
So
Risk and reward.
it was. So he bought some hobby packs and bought some supplies and had the same promise as everyone else. I will be back, and we go on from there. So Friday was going to release Prism Hobby. Now, an interesting baseball release is Friday, and that's Allen and Ginter Chrome. That's never released before.
That's interesting.
That's a brand new product this year, Allen and Ginter Chrome.
And I like that old style design. I think it is appealing. I know it's not your, game images or anything like that, but it does bring some nostalgia to it.
Well, I mean,
but the Chrome version,
I see it on YouTube. I mean, I watch some of these guys on YouTube, and there's people chasing that stuff.
Allen and Ginter.
Allen and Ginter, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so Chrome will be a different spin.
Chrome will be interesting, that's for sure. I mean, obviously,
have they said what the hits are?
I mean, it's going to be the same breakdown as the
base.
Regular.
Entertainment.
Yeah, it's going to have
golf,
everything. It's primarily baseball, 85% baseball,
Right.
but you'll pull your occasional. What is it? What was the favorite one? On the Farm series. That's super fun, right? So Stacy likes that one. You get the
you're a
tractor.
farmer.
You can
If
get
you're
the
a farmer.
tractor Chrome card.
If you like roosters and chickens, and
There you go. So, and then of course for you hockey fans out there, tomorrow, as of this, so in about 4 hours, releases Chronology Hockey Volume 2. 2021 Chronology. So if any of you had a chance to rip Chronology last year, Chronology is good with having like the what we call the Letterman autographs.
It's a pretty sweet Allen and Ginter there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's going to be a number 3 autograph.
Griffey, yeah.
The Griffey. So Chronology is tomorrow, 2021 Upper Deck. It is 4 cards, 1 hit usually. So
with
we're
a
gonna
chance for a redemption.
with a chance, but every single box has a chance for a redemption. So, but we're going to preview rip that right now.
So,
we don't get to preview rip hockey very much, so
Allen and Ginter is a 300 card base set.
that's kind of a big base.
That's
base
a
set.
huge.
Yeah.
While you're talking about hockey, what did you pull out of the shop the other day?
The Alexi
Finally.
Young Guns
It was like at the bottom of the box.
went to a customer, but yeah, we pulled and he wants to get it graded.
No,
Big surprise,
sheesh.
right? So everybody and their grandmother wants to grade, which should not be a surprise to anybody these days.
We're pretty fortunate if you're going to get Beckett graded or something, having a local area that does it
Yeah, I mean,
with a quick turnaround.
yeah, it's one of the funny things is turnaround's always the key. I mean, Stacey and I got on this topic last night. She was done with grading last night. She was like, "I'm done. We're gonna suspend it. I'm tired of telling everybody they're at their own, PSA Beckett. They operate on their own calendar.
Yeah.
And the people that go up, I agree, and then 2 days later, where's my stuff? It becomes kind of an annoying diatribe. So I don't know. Have you decided if we're suspending that or not?
About 2 more questions.
Do you want to announce that now on the podcast?
Suspended.
There's 2 more outs.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's done.
For Stacy to lose her patience, it's got to be pretty bad because she's one of the most patient people on the planet. So,
If I check my messages, I know there was one out already.
So
really? Are you kidding me?
No.
is Alexi in this?
Alexi might be.
Chronology?
I don't know who's in it, to be honest with you, but we're going to be all surprised together. How about that?
I don't like surprises.
Christmas must be a bummer for you then.
I buy my own gifts.
I love surprises. I don't care about the boxes, but I love surprises. All right, Chronology. 4 cards, 1 pack. Of course, you got to weld the damn pack shut. All right. Who do we got here? Number 222, Anders Lee, a member of the New York Islanders. Too bad he doesn't have the Gordon's Fisherman logo.
It's the worst.
Oh, look at that. That is interesting. That is a gold. Oh, there's some autos in here.
Yeah.
Teppo Numaninen. Do you know who that is?
Yep.
Who is he?
Another Finnish player.
Would you be excited to get that or no?
Yes.
You would be excited.
Yes. Autographed? Yes.
Why would you be excited for that?
Because it's an auto. He's a popular player.
Is he really?
Yeah. Not as much as the next guy coming up.
Is this guy good?
This looks old school.
This
Yeah,
is
it's old. Yeah, he's old.
Holy
He's done.
cow.
Look at the Letterman.
Oh, what is it?
All right, so we got chronology. Ian Turnbull, Toronto Maple Leafs on card auto.
What is
And
that from
he is
1970s?
Yeah, he is not helmeted, so
70s.
that's
Really?
got to be 70s.
Look at that hair.
We have Johnny.
Yeah, that guy.
Who's this guy?
I don't know. I can't say.
Gastineau? That's
Yeah, is that Mark Gastineau's brother?
Goudreau.
Goudreau.
Yeah.
It is the letter A.
leather, same thing.
Is it really out of his uniform, or did they just
It
cut
looks
it
like
out
screen
of
printed.
I was gonna say, did they just?
That looks like
Is it?
probably a C at a Calgary, but it's like or a Flame.
We're just guessing at this point.
Yeah, we're just guessing.
It's got to tell you something.
So pretty
But it's
much,
nice. Number
they
34
printed
of
in
35.
they printed
34
in
of 35.
A on a sheet of paper, and we're excited to get it for some reason. So
And they put some plastic over it, at least.
It's
I
nice.
mean, it's
It's
a
nice.
shadow box-ish kind of thing. Well, let's show it off to the camera crowd here for a
Yeah,
second.
there's really
So
no.
you get to see how they make those, right? That little skinny piece is glued onto the thicker piece. But it is 34 of 35. So that is an eBay 1 of 67. Chronology A. Do you think it stands for A-hole?
It's either the A in Calgary
or Flamer.
or Flame.
Flames.
Flamer. All right. And then for fun,
Rip it.
we're going to
The
do
old,
a
Chits and Giggles.
we're going to do a jersey.
Chits.
This thing has been sitting on
It's
the
a
shelf.
Last box mojo.
It's last box.
Let's take a guess.
Well, I'm going to read the card off to you guys, and you
No,
guys
I-
are going to
I'm
tell
gonna go-
me what it is.
I'm going to guess it's going to be a college jersey.
You think so?
I'm going college.
I'm going
No-
LSU
No
Burrows.
Hall of Famer, huh?
LSU Burrows.
I'm going college.
Browns, Jim Brown.
I'm gonna go. It's a custom jersey.
Oh, yep. You already won.
I think it's going to be a TriStar Hidden Treasures jersey.
Let's see.
Maybe she's got a TriStar logo.
I'm going to go Buckeye.
Haskins,
It's going to be a Buckeye.
Troy Smith.
No, gosh. Actually, here we go. Oh, I somewhat saw
He
it.
looks at me. I know something's gonna be. It's gonna be something good.
I think
All right.
I
I'm
saw.
gonna say Barry Sanders.
You saw it then.
I wish.
Oh, I saw a letter.
I saw blue.
I saw
So
an S.
he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2018.
What the?
What?
reason?
1975 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. 1970s All-Decade Team Member.
Billy Sims?
Really?
I don't know.
No. 5-time first team All-Pro selection. So this guy's a no-crap superstar.
See,
True baller.
True ball. I
the
mean,
guys that come to my
You're
head,
a
I think had to be.
first team All-Pro
elected way
in
earlier.
the 70s. Are you kidding me?
Oh man, you're a headhunter.
You've got to be like a Jack Lambert. I'm just going to take my teeth out and I'm going to gnaw on you with my gums kind of dude.
It's too old for me.
Easy.
7-time Pro Bowl selection.
No.
You know, the amazing thing is you get these names, right? And it's maybe guys you've not heard of, and you read their resumes and
It's
you go,
like, shit.
how in the hell have I not heard of this
Yeah.
guy? Now, if you guys don't get this one, you are not football dudes.
Oh shit.
Nickname is Dr. Doom.
Oh, I don't.
Dr. Doom.
Now, Tony doesn't get this. He gets his man card revoked permanently.
2018.
There's only one Dr. Doom.
No.
Played for the Chargers.
In the 70s.
The Chargers.
Yeah.
Is it the chart? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the... Nope, Oilers.
Oilers.
Played for the Oilers.
Oilers. I'm going to say...
Yep, nope.
I'm going to say...
I had no...
Is it on your tongue? Tip of your tongue?
Wait. Does he have
Dr.
a-
Doom.
Does his nephew or son play now?
No.
Or one of his-
Not by that last name.
Not by that last
No.
name, no. I've never seen this last
No.
name before. Oilers, like,
No, I know. I was a Dan Pastorini fan growing up.
There's a...
it's not Dan Pastorini.
No, and it's not
It's
Mike Garber either.
No.
got almost like a place you would travel in its last name.
Oh.
That's the first thing I thought.
Oh. Place you would travel. Where would you like to go?
Defenseman.
They might speak your native tongue.
They might speak your native tongue
Billy
there.
White Shoes Johnson.
Do they speak your native tongue in White Shoes Land? You give up?
Yeah, I give up, man.
Robert Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Yep, knew him. I mean, the jersey looks
It's
sweet.
actually a sick jersey.
I was going to say, I like that red.
Look
No,
at that.
that was yeah.
HOF 18 inscribed. This baby is going to be hung with pride. Bobby, we love you. You want to come on the podcast anytime?
Robert Brazil. Yeah, I can't. I'm thinking of the 2018 induction, and I don't think
He might be a Veterans Committee
Yeah.
infection, but
by default finally got
52,
in.
baby.
Hey, I like the sleeve. See, the
Look at
sleeve.
that. That's that old
That's-
school cinched up.
That is the money spot right there.
You mean unlike
Really, none of them. I mean, I guess the
who's the
So
Packer?
right now, if you guys cannot see, they're in awe of the jersey selection currently in Turf and Dirt.
Oh, we're looking.
I'm
So
in
anyway, we're gonna hang this
pain.
bad boy up with pride. I have a special spot for it. So, all right, moving on. How do you feel about that? Good, bad, indifferent?
Very nice, very nice.
I'd give it the finger if I had one.
All right, so next up, there was a big kind of news story in the sports card world this week. Usually we don't get these, mainstream Facebook feed kind of stuff. But the PSA parent company was sold, right? So Collector Universe, which is the parent company of PSA Sports Authentication Grading Company, was bought by the same gentleman that recently bought the New York Mets.
I mean, his pockets just.
But he
Burn it.
bought it for $700 million. Now,
US.
the interesting thing is the tagline and the headline was card collector. Didn't say Mets owner.
Yeah, no.
It didn't say billionaire businessman. It said card collector.
Buys a grading company.
Interesting, right? So you can imagine all the conspiracy theories that are going through my head, right?
I want to know what his eBay account looks like.
Correct. So, roughly, and Stacy brought this to my attention when we were doing research for this show, PSA is very guarded with their process, how they handle things, what goes on behind closed doors.
Very Fort Knox-ish.
Correct. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, they were forthright with an email to everybody that has a PSA account to talk about what their process is. Today,
Oh, wow.
it happens.
Convenient.
Correct. Now, the main theme in this email, and it was almost highlighted, was there's a certain point where everybody becomes anonymous to the grader. So at no point, why would they talk about that? And then all of a sudden, boom, company sold by a card collector. And now we're doing emails about how anonymous the process is to get stuff graded.
So now I understand what they were talking about as being anonymous in the sense of when the people who are working for the company and who are grading these at 10s or whatever, they don't know whose card it is that they are grading at that moment.
So we're going to go over the process. There is a 12-stage process. You'll probably want to know this. You're going
to start with step 1?
Yeah, you're going to want to take notes.
12-step program?
Stage 1, ship prep. Now you think, what does that refer to? That is actually our end. They include our end in their stages. Mm-hmm. So when Turf and Dirt needs to send cards to get graded, stage 1 is us prepping the cards to give to them. Correct. Stage 2, I thank God they put this in here because we can't forget the delivery from Turf and Dirt to PSA. Can't forget that
because that's out of your hands now.
It is out of, and we are among tens of thousands of submissions. They pointed out.
Oh, yeah.
Worldwide.
Tens of thousands.
Worldwide.
Internationally, yes. Many from Cuba. Are you excited about that?
Maybe one.
Brazil. We've got quite a few.
China.
Stage 3. Arrival.
Man,
what do you think arrival means?
That they scanned it into their system and bing, bing, bing.
Holy crap. Devin would win the...
Check.
Wants to be a millionaire.
Correct. And that is where you get scanned in and situated to where your service level is and everything else. Stage 4 is order entry. So this is where they would put your stuff into a box. The economies go over here. The bulk go over here. The one-day turnarounds go over here. I know the president, and you're going to do me a favor. Give me a bunch of 10s. Goes over here.
No, that's anonymous.
Does that not happen? Come on. Didn't they just get a fine recently from the federal government and people got arrested for... Of course not. That wouldn't happen.
No, plead the fifth.
Stage 5. Every card saver gets a sticker.
Like a gold sticker?
Yeah, when Stacy read that, I'm thinking, you get a happy face?
Yeah,
you get a pee on gold the potty. Star because you pooped in the potty?
Yeah, and that's...
They can eliminate that step.
Yeah.
Pooping in the potty?
No, just getting a sticker.
Okay. Well, because we need to poop in the potty.
Card saver, though.
Card saver gets a sticker with order number and certification number.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know what that means, but they were pretty... They wanted to get that across. Didn't you agree with that?
But the card saver, you don't even get that card saver back. That once
you do not. So the card savers that you're spending big money on that are brand new that you're sending off, I believe they're repackaging and they're making deals with Ultra Pro to repackage those and sell them back off into the
they got COVID dumpster divers back there.
Into the COVID market. Stage 6, research and development. That is when
R&D.
That is when your cards go into the anonymous envelope.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And they made anonymous was capitalized. Anonymous. Okay. Stage 7, anonymous grading. That is the stage where cards remain in limbo for months on end.
And you got blind people going and telling you what the grade is.
Right. Helen Keller is the president of that division. This was an interesting one. Stage 8 is the PSA Lighthouse label printed. What? Lighthouse label.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They're really breaking it down. What is the Lighthouse label again?
Their trademark label.
Interesting.
Their trademark label.
Like the ones I peel off my hat.
Correct. It says New Era 1947. Yes. Now, we have stage 9, the sealing department. That is the encapsulation where they...
They're clamping it down.
Sound...
It's the what? What's that word?
Encapsulation. They sound seal.
Sound sealed delivery?
Sound seal the slab.
There you go.
I guess is a good way to put it. They sound seal that bad boy. Next up, stage 10, grade check. Now, I don't know if that's like a jock check where
Is
you
that like-
stand with the little thing pulled
Check,
out so they can see it or what, but
But see, is that somebody like coming behind them and verifying? Okay, yeah, I'll give that a 10.
that's like a cup check where they
Yeah,
go,
no,
do you
I
have
don't.
balls protected?
I don't need that
Boom.
checked either right
Yes. Cup check was a real thing in my day. I think it's against the law now, but Coach Clem, good on you. Next
He also
up,
played hockey. Cup
correct.
check.
now. I've
Next
never
up,
worn a cup
stage
ever.
11. Do you have issues?
I've never
had issues?
Never put a cup
You've
on.
never had
Nope.
violence to the gonads.
I have.
Had really?
I still don't wear a cup.
Jesus Christ.
Twice a week.
Sometimes on demand.
Yeah.
So next up is stage 11 quality assurance. Now you see these ridiculous posts, right, of a 1920 Prism Zion that gets labeled a 1947 Pete Rose,
Oh, yeah.
like total mistake, right? So there apparently are people that do quality assurance for the labeling.
They failed their job too.
Correct. The holder inspection, that happens there. And the up charges are then determined. So that means they determine whether, and we found out something different. They've changed how they evaluate the cards. So before it was based on raw value. They flip-flopped that. I don't know if that's because Mets boy bought Collector Universe, and now we're going to stick it and break it off for everybody. But they
He
now
likes it raw.
determine their value based on the graded value. Believe it or not. And that is where the upcharges are accounted
So
for.
go back to the color verse Patrick Mahomes.
That was a 10.
Do I have to?
That was.
I might pass out.
What is the PSA 10 value of that card? We decided.
$5,700 was the current comp on that
We
card.
set that in on economy grade at a declared value of $4.99.
Correct. So
That person failed their job.
Right. We should have had an upcharge for that card based on this. Now,
Holy cow.
Mets boy who bought the thing.
Is he a boy?
He's a card. Well, he's kind of he's a boy man.
Is he a lad?
He's a tad lad.
He's
Tad.
actually a Phillies fan.
Is he really? He's a Mets owner wearing a Phillies hat. That wouldn't
It's a
surprise
Ponzi
me.
scheme.
So he whipped it out. Shipped it out. So stage 12, make sure.
Make sure.
Really? Is that really stage 12? So stage 11 is a quality assurance like
Yeah.
we talked
Right.
about, right? Inspect the holder, make sure the label's good. And stage 12, they had to let us know. That's when we ship it out.
Oh.
That's when we whip it out, ship it out. Declared value, and that's where I wrote down in the notes, declared value is now the graded value, not the raw value. So
So when you send in, you need to guesstimate what it would be valued at.
But see, that
Graded?
is the conundrum, right? Because
The
then you
unknown.
have to guess.
Yeah, there is no
Like it's subjective, so I
$1
can't.
million.
So you think that they
I think it's a conspiracy. I think it's
you
Al
think that Mike
Qaeda.
Trout that just sold for almost $4 million went through that process? 1 through
Oh
12?
hell no!
They walked that thing in there
Well, and
walked it out.
and dude walked it into each desk,
Yeah.
right?
under security.
Right.
Tight.
Well, but and he got his butt powdered a little
Oh,
bit.
I'm sure.
That's
mean,
that's a long process.
He had some ball cupping going on. It is a process.
Not
but-
for Mike Trout.
yeah.
Because he's sitting at home going, I sold for what?
So
Right?
What?
What?
So if,
I sold for what?
My card,
gonna-
my card sold more than what most
Oh.
players make together.
Right.
combined.
Like,
so that Patrick Mahomes out of the rookies and stars that you got listed roughly in that nine hundo range.
correct.
I mean,
So basically, to
so
get
now-
that graded, the value would
What
have
are
to
you-
be based on what I guess the grade would be and what that value would be.
So if you're saying raw, what would you grade a 9 to 10? Just even a 9. I mean, are you saying 3,
I mean, it would probably be around the
3,000?
3,000. But then the thing is going,
I want to be the
okay,
guy holding that card in a picture.
But if that's the case, right? If you go, okay, I believe a 9 would be 3,000. Is that what we have to send it in? What the level we need to send it at?
That's what it says.
So
Because
we need
that means that's the $150 10-day turnaround that.
That's their way
Of
of getting out of the economy.
yeah, That makes sense.
and bulk issues.
Can you be interviewed for this segment of the interview?
That makes sense.
Do a remote thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do a Zoom with you in the picture?
She's tired of Zoom.
Are you tired of Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
my friends.
I know that this is kind of a big conspiracy theory thing, but I'm going to tell you right now, when the news feed came across, it wasn't Mets owner, it wasn't billionaire, it was
card
collector buys,
What is his name? Because he
I don't
beat
even
out.
know. I don't even know what his name is.
He beat out A-Rod. A-Rod was trying to.
Well, and I think they
buy him.
filed some suits against him, right? Discrimination or something. You know what happened with? I think we talked about that, right? Because J-Lo and A-Rod were a little pissed at the
Steve
the
Cohen.
vetting process.
So he's an older lad.
You ladded him, huh?
Yeah, Steve Cohen.
You think he wears a cup?
No,
No, he can't feel anything if you hit him.
He's numb
Steve
from the hair
Cohen.
down.
You are not. He's only 64, so he's spry.
Oh, he's only. So what kind of... Now, let me ask you a question. A guy that buys the Mets, buys Collector's Universe, what kind of cards do you think he collects?
Well, old because his value.
Stacy thought that was funny.
He's definitely got the
chuckle?
old.
I think it's a chuckle or it's a seizure, one of the two. A
So
seizure.
his net worth. So what do you say? He bought this at 700 million?
700 mil.
So that's a couple bucks. His net worth is $14.1 billion.
Do we know how he made his money?
So he's an
Was
American
he a coupon clipper?
billionaire hedge fund manager and majority owner now of the Mets.
A billion hedge fund.
He is the founder of a
Have
hedge
you thought
fund.
about owning a hedge fund?
Man, I can't afford a hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic.
I can't afford to cut my own hedges on the yard.
So he is the founder of hedge fund Point 72 Asset Management.
It's like Ponzi scheme.
And
isn't it?
now-
I was gonna say that Bernie Madoff.
Here.
What is that?
Is
about?
that-
And he now closed his SAC Capital Advisors, both based in
I
Stamford.
can't write this stuff any better. He closed his sack.
S.A.C. SAC Capital Advisors.
I had to capitalize on that. So,
Oh my god.
all right, Stacy's beat red.
Part of a TV show, Jack and Bobby. What the?
Really?
That's part of what comes up on here. 2004 to 2005.
Okay. Well, enough of that. It's depressing me because I know now it's going to be some big conspiracy scandal, right? There's going to be some email uncovered that Collector Universe owner now had cards trimmed and PSA 10s done, and the FBI's involved, and it's going to be a big nasty mess. So
And he got him out of the building through his sack. I mean, it's like Jesus Christ.
I'm trying.
Unbelievable.
A lot of hatred on some YouTube videos.
hatred for what?
Just
Because he's rich.
So
He's an
here,
old billionaire?
Say sold for this, but it's taken so many months to get my cards back.
He has a nasty sack. People are upset
so
with that.
Steve
or-
Cohen and D1 Capital team up for. Oh, so D1 Capital team up for Collectors Universe. So
D1T. So the breaking news that I had coming into the Sack Universe story, is it Sack Universe? No,
Yeah.
Collector's Universe.
So is
Who
teaming up,
has a dusty sack?
Oh.
Right, we've determined that.
teaming up with Dan Sudheim's D1 Capital Partners. So-
What the hell is that about? Is that when your cards don't come back and
Yeah, that's at the office. That's
that's the fight between Beckett and PSA right there?
in the lobby. What's this?
He's got crack issues. Like he could totally take a crap and not hit any piece of clothing at all.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so it's an interesting article, though. The deal represents a 3.7% premium to Friday's closing cost. Shares of Santa Ana's California-based company have more than tripled this year as consumers dedicate more time to hobbies like collecting during quarantine and lockdowns.
Well, of course. I mean, PSA. I mean, there's no doubt with the upsurge in grading, right, and the upsurge in authentication that PSA shares have gone out of control price-wise. Now, the rumor that I heard coming into the show tonight is PSA is going to be stopped to be publicly traded. It will then become a private company. Go ahead.
So maybe by what your headline was, was false information or at least misleading information. So from what
Is there a sack involved?
Yeah. So because he's teamed up with several other people, so this Dan Soderheim's D1 Capital Partners and then it says and sports card collector Nat Turner. So
Nat Turner.
It's not specifically him that's the card collector.
You think it's Nat Turner
It's this third man in the group, Nat Turner, who is the card collector.
Can we confirm, though, who has the sack?
So, yeah, that's Cohen. But
Cohen has the sack, all right.
So Nat Turner is the one who we need to be watching to see if he gets a whole lot of 10s.
It would
on
be
his
interesting to know that,
PSAs.
right? I mean, is that going to happen? What's going to happen with that? So we'll see, but... Anyway, that's enough of that. I mean, there's enough conspiracy theories to let everybody go around. We're going to talk a little bit about...
I found his Instagram page.
Did you really?
Yeah. Passionate card collector, mainly 90s basketball, but also vintage baseball, unopened wax, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Nothing is for sale.
90s...
Oh, you follow.
I do.
You follow him.
We follow him. That's a Stacy thing, I think. I have a Dr. Doom jersey. Does he have a Dr. Doom jersey?
It's Nat's Turner _ cards, but Nat Turner.
Does he have a chronology 34 of 35 Johnny Gastineau?
Probably not.
Okay, well, then you need to get with the times.
And it looks like his net worth is $2 billion.
We're doing cards.
And
he's flirted with other stuff. He sold the company
and
for
he's a
$8
young
million.
he's a young lad.
He's a young
32
buck.
years old.
Yeah,
Holy hell. All right.
So that's where the collector is.
It's about to get
I
interesting.
guess in one of his story highlights, it says just got back a 200 card submission from PSA. Here's the results.
Oh shit.
Isn't that, I mean, but now...
It's conflict of interest.
Now, being serious, though, isn't that a conflict of
Yeah,
interest
for
if
sure.
the company owner is now parading his getting back from PSA?
Yeah, no, see, so the headline they're using, Cohen is the scapegoat. He's the one that's headlining. He's got the money. He's the face. And now it's these other guys that you're going to have to watch for.
See, and the funny part is you guys
I wonder
think
if he gets it
that...
done at cost plus 10.
You guys think that my conspiracy theory stuff is like but
Well, no, that's
it's
legit.
legit.
That's legit
Like,
when you break it down, and he has his
he's
own
doing
Instagram
posts
page.
on here's my 200 card submission that I just got back from PSA, and I'm
He
a
doesn't even have
member
a lot
of
of followers, though.
and I'm the member of the group that owns PSA. So
I just think
You guarantee if you buy a car from him, it's a good one.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
for sure.
All right, so we're gonna get off on that because that's just depressing as hell.
Yeah, it's just
So this is the first time in the show that we actually are going to stop and go, is there anything in sports that you guys want to talk about?
Tyreek Hill.
I heard a little thing on Russell Wilson wanting to buy the Seahawks.
I did hear that with
Sierra.
Wait, no,
it was somebody.
It was
Paul Allen.
No.
Ghost.
with Mark Cuban.
Yes, Mark Cuban.
Really?
Yeah, that
So
was.
is he going to run out onto the field and cheese whiz a referee?
I don't know, but that would be
They
it.
probably
That would
got the
be kind
ball
of
Could you imagine
already.
him and Jerry Jones?
He talked about he's only
Lord.
31, but
Yeah.
he's looking to the future and blah blah blah. And I'm sure they got the balls and the paperwork going. They're probably talking to Nat Turner.
Yeah.
Did you just say he had the balls? He had the sack going?
No.
No, of course not.
That's your.
All right, so Tony wants to talk about Russell Wilson owning the Seahawks.
We got.
that's
I mean,
good news.
we got a lot going on with the schedule changing for the NFL. You know, week 12 is not even
Well,
over, or week 13, whatever.
Some of
we're
the
in.
Ravens were talking striking. You heard
Oh,
about that one?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, they
heard that
talk about
one either.
striking. Yeah,
But it's
Striking who?
striking, not playing because what the
Oh, they're not just reaching out and
Yeah,
slapping somebody?
But they've
Oh.
done the Ravens a favor though, because
now they have.
by the game going to tomorrow, everybody's eligible to play.
Well, they did a walkthrough on practice.
Oh.
So
Didn't think about that.
So now Ingram and Dobbins are eligible to come off of
But
the
Lamar's
COVID
got
list.
COVID. Lamar's got COVID.
Yeah, but I mean,
Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
yeah.
He's got COVID on purpose?
He got COVID because he's playing video games with Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins. You know, they're playing some PS5.
Oh, so PS5 now gives you COVID.
Yeah, PS.
Oh, sweet. How do you feel about that?
No comment.
No
Okay.
comment. But yeah, a lot of schedule changing. So this week there's no Thursday night because we got this Wednesday night game. We got 2 Monday night games next week. We got a Tuesday game.
So the thing that was crazy though, right? Joe Burrow gets hurt.
Yeah.
People are doom and gloom. I mean, you were literally tying a noose around your neck and you were leaning out the window.
It was definitely like you see a lot of the memes and people saying, is there a way to donate a knee? I think that's a unanimous feeling across the Cincinnati fan base.
So the funny part about the Cards situation, right? As soon as Burrow got hurt, I'm thinking,
tanking.
Watch what's going to happen. No, I knew that either Burrow's stuff was going to maintain or was actually going to go up as a result of him getting injured.
It's maintained.
It's maintained.
I told him sell the day of the game.
No, I don't. No way I would have ever thought.
No, at this point, his stuff is either going to maintain or go up.
And we talked about that a little bit on Saturday when we went up to.
Because I think people would be, with Zion's injury, like you'd be scared if you give up that card and then he then goes off and has a Hall of Fame career. You're like, well, you knew he was a hot prospect and you still dumped his cards, and then now he goes. So there's that. I mean, in the back of your head, you're gonna at least hold it until he gets back from injury.
So the thing and this happened during the COVID shutdown, right? When there was no sports, right?
Yeah.
And it's carried over to injuries even, right? Speculation is cards speculate high. COVID shutdown, no sports across the board. The 5th or 10th ranked prospect in each sport ranked high.
Yeah.
Stuff was selling super high, right? So that's kind of carried over with injuries. Zion, it happened when he got hurt.
Yeah.
There was a freeze on up or down, and then his stuff just maintained until he was back, and then it shot back up. And it seemed like as soon as Burrow was hurt, I go to look at what card prices were doing, and they, boom, maintained.
Flatline, yeah.
And then they've started to peak up a little bit. And so I kind of asked around, like, some of the people in the industry, what do you attribute to? It's because if he's out for a year plus, I mean, who's to say that he doesn't become a Hall of Famer within that time if he was playing? Speculate high. And that's what happened with Burrow stuff right now. And it's going to continue to go up.
Yeah, I definitely don't see it. I mean, because of the way he was playing, I don't see anybody giving up hope. I mean, because you look at a guy who's reached out to Burrow in Deshaun Watson, tore his ACL his rookie year, came back. And, I've heard recently, and even after the Thanksgiving game, if they had a winning record, if Houston had a winning record, he would be in the MVP talk with his performance this year.
Yep.
And so that's a guy still young in his career, but, if everybody just threw him to the wayside when he had his knee injury, and then now seeing his career that he's still been able to produce, it's just, he's reached out to Burrow. He says any questions or support he needs, he'll train with him, help him.
But the thing is, for me, that's been a card guy for years and years, the rules have changed. Because before it was...
Dump it.
Yeah, I mean, quarterback gets injured, his
Sell.
plummets, you sell it, dump it now because it's never going to recover.
Well, there's no guarantee.
And now the rules, the whole method of cards is completely flipped on its head right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm now having to relearn
because it's panic mode.
COVID has changed everything.
Oh, yeah.
The basic thinking of a collector, it's completely flip-flopped now. And I'm having to relearn just like you guys, right? Trying to learn stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm watching Joe Burrow's stuff maintain or go up due to an injury. So
that.
I see that one.
On a good side, on a positive note, even though the team took a loss, kind of a feel-good story, the Kendall Hinton Broncos quarterback situation, the NFL forced him to play coming off the practice squad to QB.
Was this the strength coach guy?
No, they said they wanted him.
Okay.
They thought he would have been a good fit for it, but I don't think that works.
But everybody in the NFL has kind of reached out and gave this guy kudos for
just
having
he only
sit there and play. He only completed one pass.
One pass.
Would you wear his jersey?
Huh?
No.
Would you wear his jersey? No, of course not.
But, he made a good chunk of change because I think I forgot, they said he was just working a base job just couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So,
Practice squad guy.
But he had just a normal man's job and then gets thrown for, what did he get, $50,000 or something like that for the one game.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
And say that you played in the NFL.
Marco Gonzalez needed a catcher, I'd strap on that gear and throw down the one signal to take a slider in the dirt.
In a situation like that, still no Kaepernick.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to hear some messages from Turf and Dirt. When we come back, dare I say, story of the week? Maybe story of the week. So
let's see.
Come back and tuned. See us.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Thank you for everybody chiming in. All right. So, we're going to talk, before we get to, I think, topic of the week, right? So, we've had a run, and I'm curious to get your guys' somebody who's been in the hobby and somebody who's kind of fringe hobby. So, we've had a super run on guys coming into the shop recently. So one of the things to get to know people when they come in and they ask, you know, I'm brand new, getting into the hobby. One of the questions I ask, what forced you to get into the hobby?
I like how you used forced. Like, what handcuffed you and said, go buy cards?
Well, I mean, if he's standing in front of me and he's never done it before, there's some sort of forceful action that brought him here.
Just a Facebook post.
And I'm...
God.
Really?
Okay, Russell.
The good book. Do you kneel after each goalie match?
I kneel after each poop.
I kneel when I poop.
I don't even know where to go with that from here.
So we got these old guys coming in, new to the hobby. So we have
guys that are up in age, right?
So you're discriminating by saying old.
Elder statesman.
No, I mean, can't you say people coming into
Tony's age,
elder
coming in, never have collected, look like him, gray as shit, bitter as hell, and they're like, I keep seeing my buddy posting a picture of a Joe Burrow autograph. He keeps saying that it's like printing money. What should I buy?
Buy the card that's going to make you some money.
Well, it's like typically that's a loaded question anyway, right?
It just leads to.
And I roll my eyes and I'm like, "Are you serious?" And
that's where you put them on Big League.
And then I'm hooking up with Opening Day.
Oh yeah.
And Heritage Minor League.
Too bad you didn't have Immaculate.
I've had 5 guys last week, 1 guy today. And I would bet money there's going to be another 5 guys this week that have not touched a hobby ever. And they saw some social media post that said, cards are hot. It's like printing money. Get in now.
Well, especially with Prism being released, you're going to see a lot of like, you know, show me, all these big glitz and glam
So
cards.
Somebody like you who is, you know, rock hard in the hobby, trying to navigate his way through it, how do you welcome those kind of guys, or I mean, how do you look at those guys?
To be honest, I just want them to burn. I want like
those guys. I mean, they're just late to the party.
I see, but I don't think it's late to the party. I honestly think that their match will be burnt out quick. They're gonna rip a couple packs. They're gonna
they're gonna
get a box.
They're gonna spend some quality money, rip some packs.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be like, well, screw this. I'm over it.
So
yeah, I don't. Any of those people who are like, what should I buy? They're not in it for the hobby itself. Correct. So it's not. There's no longevity to their hunt.
And the moment that they see that the value of the box that they opened
doesn't make
up the money that they spent, they're done.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They're like, no.
So there's no point of trying to understand that. The minute that those don't match up, boom, gone.
Yeah, to me, that's the case. I don't see it being.
But there's also the benefit of the doubt. Somebody new to the hobby wants to try it out and maybe make some money.
New to the hobby on their own regard, like, you know what? I want to go buy. I collected
the guy with the formula.
I collected as a kid. I collected as a kid. I want to get back in.
You want to explain that to the people?
Jimmy, I was in here one day. Jimmy has a customer, and he came in with a bunch of cards to trade, had some stuff or sell, and but was looking for the next best thing. He was looking for, like, what's the formula to getting the money card?
Making $1 million is, I think.
No, he wanted to buy his RV. He wanted to buy an RV.
Oh yeah.
He wants the card to buy
my fifth wheel.
His fifth wheel, and
was this the guy with
Jimmy
the
educated him, but he kept
No.
repeating himself. I mean, basically repeating himself in different verbiage. But he was trying to find what the formula was. Like, if
you buy two of those packs,
right? He's looking for the right combination to get him $1 million.
If I get a Joe Montana and a Charlie Hustle, will I get Pete Maravich? No, it's not. I mean, there's no formula. And this guy was just on and
He's
on.
gonna get Pete Montana.
Pete Montana.
And he had some stuff.
He's gonna get Charlie Joe.
But it's like
that's a redneck name there.
But it was just this guy was looking for the I mean, these are crazy times. People are trying to make money however they can. Yeah, but they're willing to spend a little to try to get a lot.
They ain't spending a little though. They're spending a lot.
And I tell that guy, listen, you're better off going to a casino. Your odds are better.
Oh yeah, I mean,
as a store owner or LCS, I'm like, you know what?
Go get a scratch ticket.
I don't mean to offend you.
That's what you should sell in here.
Casino.
Can you get scratch tickets in
here? I mean, maybe
go to a casino. Your odds are a lot better.
But here's the Here's the difference, though, right? So, guy goes to a casino, right? Gambles, walks away with 0. Here he gambles, he walks away with still a little bit, right?
Yeah, but
he's got some cards.
But that little bit is that going in a shoebox and being tossed underneath his bed? Because, like we've said before, a lot of people don't want to do that grunt work. If grind,
they don't want to.
If he has to work with what's in front of him, and what in front of him is garbage, well, then he just shit away.
And more than likely, if it is an older gentleman or an older person that's coming in to do that, is he going to have the knowledge and the know-how on how to even go back and resell that card?
Exactly.
Even if he had a hit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is he going to know what he's going to do?
He's going to give it to his kid and
he'll give it to his buddy.
Sell it on that book face.
So I know if I had a message to give to that guy today, like if he was watching this podcast before he walked in, I know what I would say.
What would you say?
But I'm curious to hear what you would say and what you would say to that guy. Let's start with Devin. What would you say to that guy?
Careful, he's on light duty.
If he was in it,
put your hand down.
Just
so you don't sprain anything.
If he's saying, I want to get rich quick, I'm telling him just to go. Don't even waste your time. I don't even want him to touch the hobby.
Is it because it's going to mess up your lane? It's going to be messy for...
No, because it's going to be like talking about those people who were bad-mouthing Prism and stuff like that.
Sure.
You're going to get another sour person who's just mixing their bad juju on the hobby. And then maybe there are some people who are on the outside thinking about getting in the hobby genuinely, and he's gonna make it a bad taste in their mouth when they genuinely just wanted to get in and collect.
No, I get that.
But then he's sitting here just wanting to strike gold and pull that Joe Burrow 1 of 1, and he knows there's no chance in hell that he's gonna get it.
Now, what would you say to that?
My approach is a little bit different. My approach would be, because I'm not a ripper, so I am going to be telling him even something along the lines of do what I would do. Okay, if you want something that's gonna be something of value, like me, I'm not a breaker, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going, if I had to spend $200 on a pack, I'm buying the card I was going after if it cost me $200, and then holding it out. That's the route. I mean, that's
where you're
just
buying.
the route.
So you're actually teaching him, because Devin is more like, nope, stop, don't.
Yeah.
I'm cutting his fingers off.
I'm gonna keep him in the hobby.
You're gonna hold his hand and direct him to where he should go.
That's what I would do, and then I hit him with the, you're better off. Your odds are better at a casino.
Okay. You tell him to buy raw.
I
grade
buy raw,
it,
and that's what I mean. That's what I do. That's what I do.
I tell him to go buy retail.
To stand in line at Target and wait for that one mega box, right?
I'll walk in there with him.
And I would honestly go sell crazy elsewhere. We're all stocked up.
You know what I would tell him?
Here we go.
No, can you guess what I would tell him? Let me see what you think I would say to him. I'm curious about that because you've had a chance to work with me a little bit. Let me see what you think I would say to this guy. And I'm going to get what Devin would think I would say to this guy.
I think you would probably educate him and walk him through and say, listen, you want to start, you want to get lucky, you want to buy this and that. Your chances are of getting a hit or even coming close is buying one of these. I don't know, one of these higher end price.
You're going to tell him that it's a grind.
Yeah. I use that phrase all the time.
100%. It's going to be, hey, if you're going to get into the hobby, it's not a get rich overnight thing, and you got to work the grind.
I'd also throw Rome wasn't built in a day.
Correct.
Romo? Tony Romo?
Romo wasn't built in a day.
That was my fantasy quarterback forever.
So the biggest thing that I try to tell him is this. The guy that you're seeing on Facebook that's holding up the Joe Burrow auto or the Justin Herbert
is not me.
And you don't realize that he has spent $10,000 to get to the. Are you interviewing right now?
Unless you're preaching.
He spent $10,000 to get to that point, right? But he's not going to tell everybody, "Hey, I'm the dumbass that spent $10,000 to get this one card that's worth $1,000," right? He's not going to say that. And people usually, you register in their eyes. Oh, I get that. And the other thing is, look, this hobby, no matter what you think, yes, there's a lot of money in it right now, but it is about the grind.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not willing to put in the work, you're not going to get anything out of it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? This isn't a come to the,
just also
the airport Marriott, and we're going to have a seminar on how to get rich quick. It's a grind.
It's just also a waste of time if that's all you're trying to do is make money.
Just buy who you want.
Yeah.
And then wait a couple of years. And let me ask you this. How much of this successful card industry game going on right now is due to COVID? How much?
All of it. All of it.
Had we not had a situation like this in the country, in the world, you think the card game would be the same as it is right now?
I think it's about 20% of what it is now. I mean, the basketball industry was super hot going into COVID, so there was going to be some hotness there.
I think the retail and the breaker side.
But COVID was this,
steroid boost.
Correct. I mean, it was this unknown what's going to happen. I'm taking a water pill, Robinson Cano. And
Will Fuller.
But I also think it's because I don't even think COVID by itself gets you there.
No.
I absolutely don't think that because
unemployment. Thank you.
What I ended up hearing was unemployment, stimulus checks, and that was during that first shutdown. Because that is where turf and dirt exploded.
Yeah.
Was stimulus checks, extra boost with unemployment. I don't have to go to work because everybody's scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to throw some money behind cards, and we took off.
There it is.
I mean, it's a perfect sprinkle of several things, but by itself, basketball was already the hottest it had ever been going into COVID.
Period.
Correct. I mean, so 20%, we would have 20% growth by itself right there.
Yeah, and I think this year's football crop was good, so
correct.
You were going to get people in the card market anyways. I mean, you had the Kyle Lewis's in the baseball world that I think caught people's attention even in a short season. I definitely think it was beneficial for the card world, but I don't think if COVID ever goes away, whatever what nightmare that we're in, I I don't think you're going to see a huge drop off immediately. I think you might see this people who have to actually go back to work and do manual labor, but I still think it stays heavy.
Most like we're going to maintain the current levels that we have.
5+ years of solidness.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to worry about a hiccup in the market until I believe Devin is correct. It's going to be 5 or 6 years before people start really forecasting a problem, right?
Because it looked like, it wasn't, when I went Saturday to the memorabilia place, they were selling. And one ticket, somebody told us there that they're shipping on a product multiple products, they were forking out $5,000.
Yeah, but see, that's a different animal than what we do.
No, I understand.
Right? I mean,
what my point being is that during these times, the people are still finding ways to spend the money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I mean,
I
don't disagree with the fact that, I don't think it's printing money, but I don't disagree with the fact there's lots of money to be had, and if you do it correctly, there's a little bit for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. But to get into it now, to not put any work into it, and expect riches to drop in your lap, you are mistaken.
That's the way my kids look at it.
And that particular guy who had the Joe Burrow's one card, you're not going to sell one card. Yeah. You got to have 500. Yeah.
Now,
cards,
but now your inventory is depleted.
The problem is, I'm getting 5 guys that thinking that I'm gonna buy one pack, it's gonna drop it in my lap. Yep. That's the same guy that goes to the airport seminar and he gets rich with real estate because the guy says, if you call my hotline, I'll hook you up with a freaking credit line and we'll buy some real estate together. Great.
Got it.
It doesn't happen that way. I mean, the American dream is not built on a what if scenario, right?
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I own a small business, and that something like that.
A pretty good small business, by the way.
It took 2 years to really feel like, all right, this was worth it. We didn't jump off a cliff and screw our family. Okay. But it's even something like that, and the time and effort put into it. If we calculated, a salary, an hourly rate into the amount of time that we put in and the money that we came in, then we'd be screwed. Like if we looked at it that way. And that's what a collector has to think of is how many hours are you putting into, selling your cards, making sure they're all, top loaded or one touched and everything. You got your bubble mailers, you got all the proper shipping stuff and all the time that you put into it, get into the mailbox. I think you put it all as into a job, you're going to be like, well, shit, why'd I do that?
It's time consuming when you have it down pat. It's still time consuming.
Oh, sure. I mean,
down pat.
Your day off is not a day off.
I'm shipping. I did $3,000 on my day off.
And that was instant. Yeah.
I mean, that was instant. I mean, you were there, right?
I watched it.
And then when he's given a day off, he's out
spending money
to, collect, to get.
So I mean, the thing is, if you calculate the amount of time in, if you had to calculate a wage, there are sweatshop children in China making Nike shoes, making more money than I'm making right now.
This jersey here.
And here's a good example. I got here at the shop at 7 this morning.
A.M.
7 a.m. I am
with your daughter.
Correct. Emily was here with me.
Who is still here at 8:30
who is still here.
I didn't wake up till noon.
But I had a ton of stuff to do, and I didn't get to cards until probably noon.
Yeah.
I had a quarter of walk-in business that I usually do. I didn't go live on Instagram once, and I was posting and putting stuff up and making stuff look good.
Yeah, that's why people...
It doesn't, but that doesn't count for money. That's not the sexy
and that's what
part of it.
That's what all these people, all these collectors who are coming in, they don't see the behind the scenes there. They think, "Hey, look, I took a picture. That means I sold it. I'm selling it. Boom."
What about your thoughts on let's say somebody, obtaining a LCS and thinking, okay, all the work has got to go into that.
Well,
I mean, I think if you're
somehow obtained it,
if you're obtaining a local card shop now, if you're not willing to put 90 hours a week and doing everything you can to make it happen.
Then you're probably just buying it for the collection.
You're buying it for inventory to post an occasional thing on eBay or Facebook.
Or to do at shows.
Or to put something out at show. I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. I had a guy in here today that his goal was to own a shop. And I'm like, why would you do that?
You should have handed him the keys. Here you go.
Because to be honest with you, there is more money to be had to be a breaker at home than there is to own a LCS.
I could agree with that one. There's no overhead.
You don't. I mean, we start with what? We have start with a $3,000 hole every month
with rent and everything.
Yeah, I mean, so we have to dig out of that hole before we even talk about making anything
to break an even. I mean,
and we have umpteen thousands of dollars per week of product that is releasing that we have to pay for.
For you, so it's like, hey, great, I sold a lot on Instagram, but all that did was pay your bill for the new releases.
Pretty much.
So it's like that, you didn't even see that. I don't even think that even goes into your hand. It just transfers.
It does not go into my hand.
So it
goes from one account to another.
It just floating.
How does it go?
Yeah.
Tootsie Roll?
Let me see you Tootsie Roll.
Some salami too, by the way. So, I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, but if you truly care about your collector like we do, you create a card shop, because there is magical things that happen inside of an LCS that you do not get online, and that's what we've created here. So
it's the bond.
It is. And to be honest with you, these two guys aren't sitting here unless Turf and Dirt is
100%.
Here, right? I mean, that's completely the case. So, anyway.
I'd still be sitting here.
Yeah.
This is my seat.
Upset at the world.
Is that prosciutto?
And it's salami with some mozzarella. So, all right, let's talk about Sarah Fuller.
Kicker.
Vanderbilt Commodores.
Third woman
kicker
to play in collegiate football. Is that what it was?
She is the first Power 5 football gamer. First Power 5. Do you know what Power 5 is?
No.
I don't know what Powerball is.
Yeah, millions.
Was that Washington State,
Yeah.
20,000 a month for.
So did she played? She kicked?
She kicked off.
There we go.
I mean, it was what happened?
Do you want to know what Power 5 is?
You go ahead and tell us what Power 5 is.
It's the Atlantic Conference Coast, the
Atlantic.
Big 10, the Big 12, the Pac-12, and the Southeastern.
It's all your majors.
So it is a 5 major conference. She was the first woman in the Power 5 to start a collegiate football game. I don't have a problem with that.
I give her kudos. I mean, just for...
Did you see her kickoff, though?
No. Did it get touchback?
It was... No. It
went
was...
through the goalpost.
8 yards. Kind of a pseudo onside kick because she couldn't muscle it up.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the kickoff, it was brutal.
So does she know somebody at the Vanderbilts?
She could have done lingerie bowl.
Is that her?
Yep.
So so Tony has a picture of her vagina.
Oh, yeah. That is not what the picture was, but
so here's the issue, right? So apparently COVID ravaged Vanderbilt, and they needed to fill ranks.
So just like
so,
the
she
Broncos.
is an all-star soccer player from the what is the division that Vanderbilt's part of? SEC. She's to her credit, she is a standout SEC soccer player, right? Played for the national championship for Vanderbilt, right? But they needed to fill due to COVID.
Yeah.
So she got the kicking job. Now, I don't have a problem necessarily with Sarah Fuller, female, playing Division I college football.
But you're telling me that there is not like any...
Like, is it really that depleted where you're going to girls' sports in order to get girls to fill in? I mean,
that's what I don't understand.
I would be curious.
But even why don't you just use one of your position players to kick? Ocho Cinco will get out there. Drew Brees, anybody drop.
That would be great to be Ocho Cinco and Vanderbilt kicking field goal like that.
And then when I first heard about it, I was like, this girl's playing linebacker, center. She's playing,
Did you see her in uniform? She looked like a linebacker.
Yeah, she did. Those shoulder pads are mad.
But if you've watched the Lingerie League, these girls are hitting too, dude.
You're really laughing about the vagina comment, and he's talking about.
But it's a legitimate league, LFL. But it's like, I don't know. It's just I thought it would be like, it doesn't. Manon Rhéaume back in the day was the first female goalie in the NHL.
Sure,
and she played for the Lightning. I mean, in an NHL professional level game.
That's good.
Let me ask you, though. I mean, I believe in equality in sports, right? I mean, we had Marlins GM, female.
I'm all about that,
right?
Yeah.
Female coaches in football, baseball.
Non-players.
Female referees,
non-players.
Right? But they can do their job gender neutral, right?
Sure.
They do their job. You don't know at the end of the day when their job is done, whether it's female, male, it doesn't matter, right? Mm-hmm. Is there an issue with the fact that physically you couldn't get the job done? I mean, it's just is there, just to fill the ranks?
Yeah. I think that's...
I mean, I know this is kind of a weird subject for people, and I love a little tension.
But it's been done already.
But
you've had NASCAR racers, IndyCar racers, drag racers.
But unfortunately, I think it's just literally for the publicity. Like,
do you think so?
Yeah, because otherwise you wouldn't do...
It's not like they're selling tickets because you can't go to the games.
No, but just to get in the headlines. I feel like it's to get attention to the the university, or it just there's no reason why you have to publicize it.
I think it's passé. I think it's been done already.
Yeah,
at a professional higher level.
So you don't bat an eye at it because this is old news.
Am I happy for her? Extremely. But it's like this is
Let me ask you a question though. Like when she suits up, right? She puts on a helmet. She
steps
out on that field.
Card?
Do they have collegiate cards? I don't know. Do they? I don't think they do. I haven't seen one yet. Now.
Yeah, there you go.
Would you have an issue with, let's assume a guy is offended at the fact that a woman is putting on a helmet, suiting up in a Division I.
Tough shit for him.
So if there's a kickoff and if he lights her up, how do you feel about that?
I played hockey against women in a men's league, the women playing on the team, and I was in one of those situations, and yes, I took her out. As a goaltender, she came in the crease, but it all started at first when she.
Does she know this?
Yeah, she knows this.
Okay, is it your wife?
No. An individual came in the. She hit my defenseman. She blindsided him basically with her glove.
So you're like, F that.
And she came in the crease, and I took her out. And the fall.
Did you feel bad?
Huh?
No, I wouldn't feel bad if it's part of the game itself. But if it's like.
But don't cry wolf after and say,
blindside block, bam, got her.
And we're not saying that she's saying that, but it's like,
well, here's the thing though, and here's the rub, and this is where it's going to get a little bit interesting. On the back of her helmet was a sticker that says, "Play like a girl."
Yeah, that's a standard thing that I've heard.
But doing the research, we found that Play Like a Girl is actually a charity in which money is raised to help girls integrate themselves into boys' sports,
boys-dominated sports.
Now, but here's the rub, though, and here's the part that I found interesting and why I brought it up for the podcast is we get into the point where college athletes are not compensated, right? But all of a sudden now we're messages on the back of helmets for charities that raise a crap ton of money.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even batted an eye at knowing.
Are you dipping into that? Because we did and there is a ton of, the back of helmet, like
decals,
rules.
Yeah, of different charities. And is that the sidestep to paying athletes?
It's like the NBA with marketing on their jerseys.
Pretty much. We had Black Lives Matter on the back of helmets. We had everything from wheelchairs are important to
all kinds of sayings.
Play like a girl. So, what do you think about that though? Are you okay with it?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
How you feel about
paying girl?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
the money
you
goes
play
to a good
like
cause,
you play like a girl, though. So
if the money goes to a good cause, then I'm
go
all for it.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about athletes taking a piece of that when they're a college athlete?
But are they taking a piece of it, or they're just?
Now you're segueing.
Are they or not?
Now you segue into should college players get paid? I say yes.
But isn't that part of what my job is?
What, light me up? What?
Segueing.
I mean, freaking segueing into stuff that's...
it is.
Pay them.
It is.
That's I mean, I don't even need to talk about that. Like, yeah. That's
you think pay them?
Yeah.
Pay them.
So you're thinking message percentage okay with that?
How many college players have you seen that were stud players that
7
were injured and their careers were done?
Or 7.
You know?
No career even just getting drafted.
I was never even a college player, but I put myself in that category.
Next topic.
All right. So, well, I mean, that was pretty much the biggest rub of today's episode.
Damn right it was.
Well, let's talk about FanDuel, because that is an interesting conundrum for the week.
There is no duel in the fans.
Because usually by this time we're talking about FanDuel. We're ripping FanDuel pack.
And right now there is a...
Is it COVID or just jackasses that have created this issue?
I don't even... Like right now...
Because you're the FanDuel expert.
This mess, I just don't understand how this game keeps getting pushed back when over the last several weeks... Like the 49ers game several weeks ago where they lost 5, 6, 7... I don't know how many players they had out due to COVID. And they had to form a team and get out there and play. But then why now all of a sudden do the Ravens get a pass because some of their bigger name guys... Yeah.
All their quarterbacks? Are you kidding me? The whole quarterback?
And they weren't even... They didn't even test positive. They were just acquaintances, you know. So I think it's all a joke because if the Ravens weren't a good team...
Do you really think the NFL looks at that, though?
Yep.
Really?
Marketing, yeah.
San Francisco's very unhappy about having played next 2 games in Arizona.
Yeah.
At Cardinal Stadium.
I think 100% if it was a lesser team, they would have already had to play. They would have been RG3 would be out there. They would have had Gus Edwards. I think 100%.
Yeah, but if that comes out, right? Well, doesn't that? But I think it's black eye Roger Goodell and everybody.
No,
I mean,
it's just an obvious thing. I think it's already known. It's just looked past. It's expected.
Yet the Dallas Cowboys seem to be playing on TV every day.
Oh yeah,
and they're like
America's team.
And then I hear Seattle Seahawks. They're the only team in the NFL that is
no
not
COVID
tested
case
positive at all. And Pete Carroll was very proud of that.
But hey, we're shut down. The state of Washington.
Correct, but the state of Washington is seeing record numbers.
But they got that bubble around the formerly known as the clink.
So if we can deviate for a minute, so our most vulnerable get to go to school. Right?
Yep.
Our most vulnerable right now are in person.
The little wee lads.
But, Huskies, Seahawks, they get a pass.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Makes you wonder.
NFL money.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
So let me ask you a question, though, and I know that there's some of our viewers they're gonna freeze up on this, but we're in Washington State. We're talking about record numbers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers bigger than the 3-month shutdown numbers, but yet we're not completely shut down, right?
No.
There's still hybrid schools. Teams are still playing. We can gather in Costco 90 deep in the toilet paper section, but we can't gather in a 4-person cafe to have a sandwich.
Nope.
Because you're eating and your mask is off.
And we can't...
But you can pack an airplane. You can pack an airplane to go somewhere.
Correct. And we can't sing because Caroline might give you
another one
COVID.
you may have slipped by you. I saw this. You may have seen this.
Negative.
What about that 500 team or that 500 player or team soccer tournament in Arizona?
Oh,
you hear about that one?
No.
I'll pull it up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Tell us about that because I am curious.
I do want to shout out though for FanDuel as of right now. I mean, unless there's a miracle in tomorrow's game. Somebody I actually don't know. We're gonna have to.
Is it Brooklyn?
Or no,
No,
we're gonna have to track down who that person is. But Tyreek Hill's week, I mean, that was a massive.
How many yards did he end up with?
269 with 3 touchdowns.
201 in the first quarter.
Over 200 yards in the 203 in the first quarter.
So obviously, with his performance, you know who the most receiving yards in a game.
So he was picked. He was picked by 2 players or 2 teams out of
Turf and Dirt.
And I can't see right off, but he had 51.4 points, 269 yards, 13 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Did Turf and Dirt select him?
Everybody said DK. DK's the leader in receiving yards right now. But
we got DK.
DK 22.7 points.
Can I see that?
Not you.
Hundreds of kids and their families are headed to Arizona for a soccer tournament with 500 teams.
Is it because I'm wearing a white jersey? It might be. What?
The Desert Super Cup is an annual youth soccer tournament taking place over Thanksgiving weekend. The games are played as COVID-19 cases are on the rise in Phoenix.
Holy hell.
The mayor didn't sign off on it.
To feature 460 out-of-state teams and 40 in-state teams. The 800 kids soccer tournament will still be held in Phoenix this coming weekend. Yeah, that's... But it says technically Arizona has banned public events with more than 50 people. So there might be a couple more than 50 people going to the soccer event. But the state left some wiggle room, allowing local officials to bypass the law.
Let's talk about something that makes sense.
So there's so many gray areas, man.
Yeah.
We are living in an entire gray right there. Tell us about the Grinch. How's that been going?
Hey, the Grinch was...
The Grinch has been out of control.
The Grinch was a $100 costume that I thought was going to be fun and games, like
with your own
mess with my kids and
you have a meet and greet.
Out. Yeah, so I mean, I've been doing
tell the folks.
I've been doing a small business fundraiser for all of our local businesses. Donate $5 and we put you into a giveaway.
How much did Turf and Dirt donate?
We got a $25 gift card.
Way to go.
We gave out a Turf and Dirt gift card tonight to help support the local small businesses. I've done an ice cream shop that's local here, a flower shop. We've doing a couple things, but the gig is I got to go and pick up the gift card dressed as the Grinch, take a picture in their business to, advertise for them. Just a little something fun. The Grinch is sort of is the better Santa for this type of year right now. And
the no kidding is supporting the local small businesses.
Yeah,
because right now we're getting kicked in the teeth as a small business.
It's definitely. I mean, like I said, as being a small business owner, it's something that needs to be shared.
Did you adjust your?
Yeah, he's adjusting you. But then. So then this weekend, my wife thought it would be fun to just put on a little meet and greet, let the kids come take a picture. The Grinch suit is masked up, so kids will be safe. Just give a little different spin to the holiday season.
So where are you going to be at?
I'm going to be in my E Street barber shop.
You giving out the address, or is that secret?
2109 Queen Street. I'll be there, or the Grinch will be there. From right now, we're going to do 2 to 5 this Saturday, and then next Saturday as well.
How do people reach out to you if they want to schedule a time?
We're not scheduling a time. You just show up.
Just show up?
Just show up.
And I'm showing up. Where are the proceeds going?
There are no proceeds. We're not charging.
I want to sit on the Grinch's lap.
We're no charge. You want
to sit on the Grinch's lap? I want to sit on Grinch's lap.
If the people are donating, we'll take donations, but we're not charging. We just want to do something to reach out to the kids. There's, Santa. I guess Santa's still going to be in the mall from what we've heard, but I would imagine that you don't want to give Santa COVID, so you're probably going to have to mask up your kids. And that's not really the greatest picture that you want to see.
So basically, you got to wear a body condom in order to go and
see Santa.
Correct. So
yeah. So I mean, it's fun. I thought it was just going to be for the family, but it's been a great little addition for the community.
So you weren't expecting the popularity?
No, I mean not. When my wife posted it last night to see how many people would be interested,
it was crazy to see it
skyrocketed.
The yeah,
I mean
that's crazy.
It's gone viral.
Well, and the amount of people who really were excited about
What
it.
What is the classification of viral? Do we know?
Nobody has contacted me asking me to come, on their talk. Actually, scratch that. Somebody did say that they had a podcast that they wanted to promote it on. So
Kards Korner.
And it wasn't Kards Korner.
Oh,
yeah. So that was
there you go.
Interesting, but I have not been contacted by any of the big media people. All I do know is I see a lot of Grinch videos that have gone viral, and the Grinch costumes are horrendous. I seen the one that the Grinch doing yoga. That one's creepy, and then this Grinch.
This is creepy to me.
And then the Grinch throwing their like uncle dressed up, throwing the kid's Christmas tree out the room. I mean,
ouch.
Some of the suits are a little wild, but I do give props to where I got mine from.
All right, so E Street Barber, what day?
This Saturday and next Saturday from 2 to 5, 2109 Queen Street.
You get to come take a picture with the Grinch.
Yeah.
The Grinch is masked up, so you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, you don't have to COVID mask me.
There you go. All right,
So
you want to shout out to any? I mean, I hate to interrupt your social media searching.
Just information.
You want to send out anything to anybody or
no
birthday wishes? None of that.
I'd like to wish my wife a happy 44th.
There you go.
44.
Oh, you called her out
44.
on her age.
I'm about ready to hit my 44 in about 2 weeks ish.
The 16th.
16th. When are we doing the podcast next? Next week? Week after that?
Today's the 1st, so.
15th.
Oh, we're going to be podcasting it close to the 44.
All right.
Is mine the He-Man birthday? What is the 44th birthday? Do we know that? It's the Tomahawk Steak birthday.
Oh, there you go. Well,
so there's one restaurant that is not COVID protected.
And that's the casino.
Silver Reef Casino. So God bless to them. So, all right, guys, that is going to do it for us on episode 11. Prism Football is releasing on Friday. I am sure there's going to be some meaty topics coming up for next week.
Follow Panini on their social media and see all the boom, because they won't show the gloom.
There's going to be 50% happy, 50% sad.
Yeah, don't read the comments. Just look at the pictures. The pictures will make you smile, but the comments will make you cry.
And then we have Grinch, E Street Barber,
2109 Queen Street.
Saturday.
Come check it out.
Come see them. Anything?
No, just keep trading, collecting, and
show them to your friends.
Show them to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe.
Like, share.
Do your thing.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.